Hello everyone, welcome back to 762. Last time, we talked a little bit about bullets penetrating through walls, but unfortunately, we were unable to give a demonstration. So I thought before we started today, we'd set up a small demonstration. Unfortunately, some of the characters here have a bug, which means the walls will not go away when I press the Go Away Walls button until we leave the area, but that shouldn't be a problem. We can drop down to this view and just watch the health bars, I suppose. We'll want to be on Ivanov because the camera will switch to him anyway. Now, as you can see, Benisia's just died. That's because of the bullets penetrating through the wall. You'll also notice this game, it likes its bullet casings. It really does. So, this was just a little treat for everyone. The kiosk survived this time, doesn't always. Well, that were a little bit of fun. I think we can say the bullets definitely went through the wall, although they didn't leave a hole when they did. Well, not on one side. I wonder if they went through this wall as well. No way of knowing. Now, let's load the real file. You can see I've done a little bit of testing. Here's everyone. This is the squad that we're running with now. And I did have a look at the choicest bits of loot that I thought I'd share with you. We've got one of these. This is presumably a real thing. It's a hybrid submachine gun shotgun contraption that fires a completely unique buckshot shell. Well, shotgun shell. It's a very strange thing. I'd not heard of it before this game. It's not in any other games that I know of. It's a weird one. And I quite like it. As far as I know, the only place in the game you can get these is that mission. No other enemies drop them. You can't buy them from stores. We also... You can get 2 or 3 on that mission if you're lucky. We only got 1 and it's half knackered. But better than none. At least I got to show you. We also got one of these. This is the Taurus Raging Judge. It shoots 410 shotgun shells out of a revolver. It's a bit silly, but we're not averse to occasional memeing here. If we get the chance. We won't be using it in the next mission. We also got Grandad's revolver. They were using this, and generally weapons from the current millennia, but here's a Webley Mark IV. Not really sure why they decided to put Webleys in the game in 455 Webley cartridge. This is a cartridge that only is used by 2 weapons in the game. One of which is the Webley Mark IV, which is just about into the Second World War it was used. The other weapon is a World War I modification of a Colt 1911 that shoots 455 Webley, which is even more obscure and worse. And I'm not sure why they bothered, but they put those in. You can use them. If we get a little bit further in the game, ammo for them will stop showing up, so you won't be able to use them for very long. The other stuff we can put in the trunk in one button and sell with one button. So that's all gone now. The one thing I was going to show you, the short shotguns that some of the guards were using, those are terrible and we don't want one, but they will fit in a pistol holster. And since that mission took away our leave bar, we have to wait till everyone's timer runs out before we can get it back. We just got to stand in one of the exit zones. There's a couple of them around. There's a few times we might want to do that before the end of the fight. Now then, this mission that we're going to do next is potentially the first mission in the game where you're running into trouble. The enemies we're fighting in this one are a step up from what we've seen so far. They are armoured. They're fairly well armed. Probably more so than we are. What happens here is, when we spawn into the map, once we approach this, there's a zebra crossing, or a crosswalk, I believe, in America. And as soon as we cross that, Miguel has a feeling. We got a couple of options. We'll let it load. Miguel will sense that something's wrong. He'll sense that there's potential enemy attack incoming, and we'll be ambushed by a group of thugs we have the option to either send Miguel away, at which point that loaded a lot faster than it did in my test. Okay, we can show you the crossroad. Yeah, once we cross here, we can send Miguel away. He'll leave the map immediately. We will not be able to we'll complete the mission, but not in the correct way. And it's a very annoying thing if you don't capture Miguel, because you can't progress the police missions until you do. And I don't know where he goes. And I've not been able to find him. I've been able to find one person in the world on a Steam forum asking where Miguel goes, and one person giving an extremely vague answer. And that's all I know. If you know where Miguel leaves to, drop a comment. I would actually love to hear it. Your other options are you can give him his gun back if for some reason you didn't immediately. There's a dialogue option to do that. Miguel will take his gun, he'll sprint out over here, charging into the night, firing wildly into the air, and then he'll be shot in the head by a sniper you haven't seen yet. He will survive the fight. He'll be in a state of not death, but dead until the fight ends. And then you get him back and can finish the mission as normal, but it's an unhelpful thing to do with him. The third option is you can keep him. You can tell him you'll escort him to prison. You keep him as a unit, as a controllable unit, but he will keep trying to walk to the police station to turn himself in like Luna did. I'm just gonna have a quick look around. Actually, what we will do, because it's a little bit dark, and Benicia is very bad, so we want to teach her how to be good at the game. So she should read about MP5s, I think, and that'd help. And then after that, maybe we could read about FN files. That's going to boost some of her stats, and it's also morning now. So that's nice. Reading passes time. It's a good thing to do if you want to pass time, because it also boosts your stats. And at some point, we're going to want everyone to read those. We did it on Benicia because she's very bad. The later in the game you use those, it's always a 2-point buff. So like a rare candy, the later you use it in the game, the more value you get out of it. Because the harder it is for you to level up your skill. Benicia won't ever level up her skills, because she's a special kind of awful that was invented just for her. So what we're doing now is, we're having a look at the map, and we're noticing some of the blue dots don't seem to be where they should be. Normally this man's here. Like, you can see the manager, but there's another blue dot there, and we don't see anyone else. We want to do this anywhere we see a blue dot we particularly don't like the look of. Ooh, seen a couple over here that I don't like. We need Miguel, I believe. If we can actually get him to come over here, what's he busy doing? Sometimes the AI, the pathfinding rather, has a bit of a time, and you got to kind of guide it each step of the way. We want to go in here eventually. So what we're doing now is we're turning what should be an ambush on us into an ambush on them. I wanted to address this. Like, you might think, why are we playing the game if we're just going to cheat, Fruity Spruce? What are we doing here? We're just cheating by spawning in the wrong door, not walking across the carefully placed trigger for the mission to start. Are we not missing the spirit of the game? I've got to say, there are going to be times in this game where we are in some tough situations, and that's going to be there's going to be gunfights. Don't worry about that. But when you're playing a game this broken, you do sometimes want to push the boundaries. What has he got? Ah, just a shotgun. It's not a bad shotgun, but it is just a shotgun. I thought it was worse. Let's give Miguel his pistol, because I believe there's going to be a man in this building. And they do have bulletproof vests, but... Oh, we ain't still got the book. Okay, we ain't still got the book. Bulletproof vests can't cover everything. He was not where I thought he was. He is in a shipping container over here. We'll have to leave him till last because I believe he's out of the bounds that I'm allowed to go in before Miguel realizes there's a problem. This man's standing very close to a police officer. That's quite annoying. I do hate to see it. And we are gonna want... This man stood a bit close to that manager as well. So we're gonna want to aim at these men, because these are antagonists. We can talk to them, but they'll tell us to get lost. We don't like that.
With pleasure.
And let's just make sure everyone is ready. And these men seem to trigger for combat a lot faster than some of the enemies in the game will. So we'll probably just have time to aim at them before they decide something's wrong. That man has a Thompson, the proper gangster style one that we wanted to see before. And we'll queue up our shots before the ambush is triggered. Now, we have to remember that one guy hiding in a shipping container. And I believe there can be 6 of these men, but I've been quite thorough and I've only seen 5. So let's not worry about that right now. And we want to tell him... Yeah, if you use Alt, not Halt, that's not a button on the keyboard, you can tell them to shoot at the enemy until they die. Which is what we want. We would like them to die. Okay, Ivanov's got his guy. Benicia. Well, it looks like she's hit. And she's firing auto, so let's not worry too much about that. Miguel has... Alright, we've lined that up. He hasn't hit yet, but I think the bullet just hasn't got all the way there. Paquito's not fired. Paquito's having a bug. Okay. Not what you want to see. Okay, we got it. That's a bug where you can see it better if you go in first person. The aim will start sliding off the guy you told them to look at. And then, as you see, he did a quick pirouette there, and I got a bit scared, but, you know. Miguel's gonna have a time getting through this this armored vest, but at this range... Oh, has Benicia failed to kill her guy? No, I wouldn't say so. Benicia's just gonna do this one and then stop, because we have to worry with Benicia that she could just panic upon seeing an enemy and be immobilized for a few seconds. And we want Ivanov to move back over here, because we know there's another enemy somewhere in this area. We can't see the dots anymore, but we did know he was in one of these shipping containers, which is very rude, by the way. Yeah, this one, probably. Oh, yeah, I think that's the only one we can open. We can open this one, but I think that's not where he was on the map. They can hide in some pretty sneaky places. Sometimes they're inside the police station, which I think is a bit rude. Oh, Miguel hears it. This should be the one. Yeah, we're in the shipping container, weren't we? Let me get rid of the roof. Can't get rid of the roof. Benicia's still kicking that man to death. Paquito's not busy. Let me just double check. Okay, yeah. Sorry about the whooshing around. When you've got your people this spread out, you kind of have to sometimes. Paquito's going to move over here. Benicia's fine. She's just going to stay out of the way. It's only Miguel we're worried about. And he is going to just keep shooting this guy, who is now fallen down. He might have a hard time hitting him now that he's lying inside that spool. Let's try kick him instead. That was quite a move. I do believe he's got him. Now, we should be looking at just the one enemy. Round this corner somewhere. I don't want to move too close to the police station, because it does get annoying when Miguel's trying to turn himself in, especially when... Yeah, you can see the doors open. He's out there somewhere. We've got Miguel, and Miguel's pretty good. Soon we'll have 3 guys. It looks like he's going to run around the corner, so we're quickly going to pull out the Garand. Oh, put that in the holster. And then we're going to want to... What can you see, Miguel? Not a lot. Could run behind this truck. You want to be a bit careful. Okay. He is now ran out. He's ran out of that area. So we're just gonna... We can probably risk seeing what he's got while everyone else gets over here. Paquito certainly
With pleasure.
can sprint. Not so much Ivanov. When you're carrying a lot of stuff, it can get prohibitively high cost to... let's make sure he's got his gun up. That guy's closer than I thought he would be, and he has... Is that a... Browning? We were not hoping he had that. That's not what we wanted to see. We should be able to get the first shot here, though. Let's try it. We got the first shot, but it didn't go where we wanted it. Let's run away. Actually, will ducking be a better idea than running? If Miguel dies, it's not exactly a tragedy. Now, trucks in this game are a bit weird, and that one could potentially do some weird things in a moment, which we don't want to see, but it'd be good science. It'd be good, a good demonstration. It might just be the other truck with the boxes in it that's the weird one. I would like Paquito to aim his gun and get ready. He should walk back into Miguel's view and then get shot, hopefully. One can hop. Yep, that's done it. So, that one can trip you up a bit. That's a lot more difficult than the fights you've had up to this point. You tend to get decent guns out of it, though. Ooh, that was the Japanese World War II machine gun, the lighter version. There's a higher caliber version than this. I think it's just a Type 97. Interestingly, the Japanese light machine guns can use bayonets, so that's fun. And we'll have some pretty good loot there. That fight can go wrong, but when you know the ways the game's broken, you know, you can tip the scales in your favor. So I hope that was still fun for everyone.
Awaiting your orders.
We can just head over here now. Miguel will need to be over there, and he will also... we're going to be losing Miguel, unfortunately, so... Say your goodbyes now to our boy. the drug smuggler who... We'll leave the drugs on him, so we can tell everyone that he's definitely a drug smuggler. Everything else can go. This thing I think we can just sell. Yeah, there you go, now he's spooked. We got close enough to the police station. I've never spooked him from this side, I think, before, so that's interesting. Yeah, we can tell him to go get shot immediately. We can... This one's the one to keep him in your team. I think... Oh, okay, I thought you could let him go, but apparently there's just two options to have him go get killed. That's fine. Does he have anything else on him? He does not have anything else on him. Okay, we got that out of the way, and now he'll walk himself to prison. We can make him sprint himself to prison if we think that'd take too long.
Awaiting your orders.
So say goodbyes to Miguel, everyone. Please run. And we have officially got further than we did on my previous run, playing the game for a lot less time. Let's talk about Miguel. We've arrested him. And we get the bounty, and we don't have to go track him down over all the country, which is a real pain in the ass. Say goodbye to Miguel, everyone. Okay, we've got the bug again, which means we can't get the roofs back. And he said some patting words. He had some patting words for us. That's... Thanks for that, Miguel. So, the next mission. Let's talk about Miguel. Miguel's back, everyone. And the roof's gone again. Don't worry about that. So here's Miguel. He's going to be in our team for a while. I am going to look through the loot that we got, because I believe these men will have one of the problems with the game. They're not those ones, they're these ones. Yeah, they have containers within containers. which if we search this container, it has extra items in. Oh, that's a good find. Okay, before we go, Metaban Model 6 Unica. Really cool Italian revolver. It's made for target shooting to have as little recoil as possible. So it's a semi-automatic revolver. Very strange. Within the game, it's a big, slow, but quite accurate revolver. We might use that instead of the Raging Judge. I definitely like it more. Also, before we go, they were using bolt-action rifles that are just accurate rifles that can hit you from far away. We haven't seen anything like that yet. 61 is a lot of numbers. You can go into more detail if you look at this, but I don't have enough degrees to know what these lines mean. Anyway, that's all we're going to be looking at today. Thank you for being here, folks. It's been fun. Next time, more Miguel stuff, because everyone loves Miguel. Until then, folks. I think I started doing the stolen outro because I always click stop recording and it brings up the OBS studio window, because obviously I do it with the mouse because I don't know how to work computers. And then when I see it's not stopped, I'm like, shit, I need to say something else. So bye, everyone.